Pickleball courts are packed, but behind the surge in players is a hidden spike in injuries. Every single time a player makes a sudden, violent stop on the hard court, the physical stress multiplies, leading to a steep rise in tennis elbow, torn ligaments, and chronic shoulder pain. The good news is that the vast majority of these injuries are entirely preventable. By applying specific biomechanical strategies, you can protect your joints and stay active. To stop these injuries, we have to address our movement mechanics, professional assessment, and targeted strength training. By the end of this breakdown, you will have a personalized longevity routine to keep your joints healthy. You can start this routine today with 150 minutes a week, a standard resistance band, and the proper footwear. Waiting for a pop in your knee means you're already behind. A proactive routine stops those issues before they start, ensuring you can play for decades without a forced retirement. Step 1 starts before you even pick up a paddle. The most common mechanical mistake players make is wearing standard forward motion running shoes on a multi-directional court. Look at this cross-section comparison. A running shoe has a rounded sole designed for forward momentum. Court shoes, on the right, feature a wide, flat, reinforced lateral edge. You need that stable base to grip the hard court and prevent rolled ankles during lateral lunges. Once your footwear is correct, you need to prepare your body. That requires a mandatory 5 to 10 minute dynamic stretching routine before you step onto the court. Focus this warm-up precisely on your calves, hips, and hamstrings. Loosening these specific anatomical targets ensures your muscles can stretch and retract during quick shifts in direction without tearing. Establishing a flat, stable grip on the floor and increasing your muscle elasticity beforehand reduces the cumulative joint strain generated by repetitive play. Step 2 involves a professional clinical evaluation. Physical therapists operate on a very specific rule. You cannot fix a vulnerability that you do not measure. This functional movement screen highlights a severe hip drop during a balance test, exposing body asymmetry. Advanced clinics elevate this with AI motion capture. As the player moves through a stroke, heat maps pinpoint exact zones of peak strain on the elbow and shoulder. By tracking the exact angle and velocity of your swing, this AI analysis optimizes your stroke technique by isolating the precise movement flaws that cause that upper body strain. Scheduling a baseline assessment takes the guesswork out of recovery. You locate the mechanical error and neutralize the root cause before the pain ever starts. Step 3 requires building your physical capacity. To safely handle the demands of the sport, you must commit to a weekly quota of 150 minutes of dedicated strength conditioning outside of pickleball. The first major target area is the forearm and wrist, which serves as your primary defense against developing tennis elbow. Perform wrist extensor eccentrics for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. The focus must be on the slow, controlled downward lowering of the weight. That eccentric tension builds dense, resilient tendon tissue. Your second target area is the shoulder and scapula. You require strong back muscles to maintain stability during repetitive, high-impact overhead strokes. To address this, execute band external rotations and prone Y and T raises. Again, program these for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps to effectively build your fatigue resistance. Finally, progress to your lower extremities. Start with basic foundational lifts, then move into single-leg deadlifts and assisted lunges. This sequence systematically builds your dynamic balance. By completing this targeted daily strength routine, you construct the physical shock absorbers required to handle the brutal, repetitive kinetic energy of the sport. Step 4 focuses entirely on corrective rehabilitation. The single most destructive habit in amateur sports is ignoring early discomfort and attempting to play through the pain. If you feel an acute tweak on the court, you must cease play immediately. Your first response should always be the RICE method: rest, ice, compression, and elevation. But ice only masks a surface symptom. Look at the symptom map. That pulsing red pain in the elbow branches backward, revealing it is actually caused by failures further up the chain, specifically a weak shoulder blade and poor hip rotation. This is exactly why you need to work with a sports physiotherapist. They build a tailored recovery plan, utilizing targeted eccentric exercises and therapies like dry needling to correct those specific mechanical failures. When you address pain instantly with corrective rehab, you resolve the injury at the root. This prevents minor everyday tweaks from compounding into permanent chronic conditions. Let's run through the checklist. Wear lateral stability shoes, complete a 10-minute dynamic warm-up, get a baseline AI movement assessment, log 150 minutes of weekly strength training, and maintain a zero-tolerance policy for playing through pain. Executing this technical of a routine consistently requires the right clinical partner to provide professional oversight. For players in Chennai, Karlos Sports Science offers that exact level of precision. Led by a former Arsenal FC physiotherapist, they integrate advanced AI-driven biomechanics with specialized sports rehab. With accessible clinic locations across Adyar, Kotivakam, Porur, and Sri Perumbudur, expert help is close by. Visit their website or call to schedule your baseline assessment today. By utilizing expert guidance and adhering to these strategies, you give your joints the protection they need. You play smarter, move better, and dominate the court safely for years to come.